Oh, hello. You probably don't know the context of this encounter, it depending on if I get my footage back or not. But pretty much this is a link to a quest chain where, like, a kid kept asking me to show him moves.
总是在这儿打土匪。
你说的是小平啊？
是的，是的。
我不是他徒弟，但
是你就好。他让俺给你带，还让我把这枪交给你。
他这是放了
这俺也不知道。那反正啊，俺就是递个话。
He lives in a cave by what? Okay, I found the correct cave. It's here. You just go north up the road. He's here, and I believe this is the cave where he lives, right?
是你哦。
怎么会这样？
小时候就这样，只是没那么严重，所以我从小就不能习武。但后来阿爹，对不起啊，大侠，我只是想见识见识我。
江湖有很多好大夫。
大侠，那是我爹生前的。
你就是我儿常说起的那位大侠吧？他从小身体不好，他爹就给他讲，他爹去世后，他更是3天2头出。谢谢你，只是。
They need to increase the amount you can pop down, I'm going to tell you that. I forgot to save this. Let me just save this trash. Okay. I really need to get some gold boots at some point. I can finally finish this one off. I thought I was closer. Apparently, no, we got a few buildings to cross. Oh, isn't this the sword lady's house? I should have pet the cat while I was there. Oh well. Get what stat even gets improved by petting the cat. Oh, there's another guy in charge. Oh, I was right. Why not just do both? lamb and fish. It's not like that's a unheard of combination, you know? Why do they always randomly aggro in the most obnoxious way? They need to fix the guards. Like, you slightly run past them and they're like, ah, we want your soul. It's generally stupid. I'm actually going to lose my mind. Okay, did that fix it? Yes, it did. So you're forced to buy. That's stupid. And it's gonna turn out to be a scam, isn't it? I generally, legitimately despise how you walk past them, they get aggro because, oh, the wind's slightly tapped, so we need to get... They need to fix that. It's so frustrating to deal with. The amount of injuries and waste of coin I've had to deal with due to their super sensitive skin that gets aggroed at the slightest breath. Legitimately, it's actually an absurdity. Yeah, no, they need to fix the guards in this game. They get aggro way too easy. Like, you don't even touch them, they're like, ah, we're gonna destroy your soul. And I'm generally like, okay, I guess we're just in the pit of bad design. I have no idea we even got pinged there. I probably unlocked something. It's still 3 days until the next thing unlocks. I would like the menu thing to be changed. Okay, so I unlocked something here. Profile, hero title, the Winter Gambit. Oh, the Winter Gambit. So would that be an event? No. Excuse me more. Alright, time to get some healing done. I could just go online and get it for free, but I'm too lazy, you know? It's like, if you're smart, you could farm currency back up easy enough as it is.
15年一见。
It's been a while since we've done a big old...
Okay, so I didn't actually think this was going to span into a full quest line, so I'm going to make a quick note for this. This is something that randomly came from a wandering tale that I was clearing out. Go here, there's like a really big tree you can investigate. If you go on top of the tree, there's a key. There's also a girl by another tree, who is tied up by 2 guards. You free her. And then there is a giant tower near the main building that you can climb up. On one of the sides, there's a hole in the building which you can use to get down. And that will allow you to then unlock the cellar because you have the 2 keys. And you have the information with the map from her. And then you can go through here. Because the cellar's just in the main building. Just a quick explaining, because I just thought it was going to be a random wandering tale. And so I wasn't recording. I was just clearing out some wandering tales and stuff. And then it turned out, oh, actually, never mind, this is actually a full quest line. And I was like, oh, shoot. What do I do now? So, yeah, with that just said, let's get right into the quest. Oh, good camera effect. Why do I have to pick these horrid colorations? I wish there was more random dungeons like this. You could just find actual like story beat dungeons, but there aren't really. This flower sure gets around. I think their minds are so on that they can't even leave. I'm guessing that's the head doctor. They could have easily gave him a custom model or even reused the previous model, you know? Like from the other doctor. Yeah, you know what? Let's overdo it. Overkill from the Wendigo. Boom. That is probably one of the best Wandering Tales in the game because it actually felt like a compact story that you could legitimately follow. Where the other Wandering Tales don't really do that outside of maybe the bird one, and that quest glitches too much to really be considered good. So I would say it's probably the best Wandering Tale in the game. To the point where it actually just felt like a mini quest, where I don't get why it wasn't just legit a mini quest or like a dungeon. Because it was pretty good. Generally, I wish more were designed like that, like just a compact, tight area where everything sort of makes sense and is easy to follow. And it's just a little extra fun. It's like, generally, I feel like they also need to add some repeatable dungeons that maybe give you like 10 levels under what your current loot is level loot. Because currently, like, the energy limit in the game and the way it works is really making it hard for me to want to play the game, if I'm honest. Like, I'm just sitting here. It's like the 7th right now. 1st of the 7th. Not 1st, 7th. 7th of the 1st. Sorry, my brain went weird for a second. And generally, it's like, it's hard to want to play when pretty much either you go online and you do like 1 or 2 bosses and then you're out of energy, or you do one run through of all the like camps online, or you do a bunch of offline bosses and you maybe get like 6 of them, but then you're just pretty much done for the rest of the day. Unless of course you got your like fishes to gather and like side currencies to gather if you really feel like doing that. But I'm gonna be honest, outside the fishes, I generally don't think it's really worth gathering the other stuff because it's too slow. And you only get like 1 gear set, which is really overpriced and not worth it, really. In truth, I would argue straight up that it would have been better if the game just, you know, was a bit more lenient on these kind of things. Because essentially, it's like 10 minutes of content, if I'm going to be honest. And that is a really big issue when it comes to a game. If you're only playing like 10 minutes a day, maybe a bit longer depending on how quick you run to areas or like how perfect your farm is. But in general, it's pretty much like at most half an hour, which is per day. Which, for like, I'm going to be honest, for people like me who want to play a game, like, I'd rather like have maybe 2 hours on this game a day, or maybe an hour on this day, on this game a day. And not because I run out of things to do, but just because that's how much I feel like playing. Unfortunately, this game's more like, but we're going to punish you for doing that by making it feel like a chore where you don't get anything. Which I think is very unhealthy for any game. Because it should be on the player to moderate how quick they go through a game, rather than the game just being like, yeah, you're just not allowed to play now. We just could be like, nah, you don't get any reward at this point. Because generally that's just going to kill motivation, obviously. Which is really unhealthy for a game. That's like the last thing you want to do in a game, is just kill the motivation to play. Anyway, just a quicker video because there hasn't really been anything new added yet, and probably isn't going to be till like either the end of the month or next month at least. So I'm just going to make this quick little video and just be like boom, boom, boom. And there'll probably be a few other things slapped before this segment too. I'm thinking of some other stuff I can do in the meanwhile, because there's a few things I'm looking at that might be able to fill the void. Depending on how long it takes, I might actually end up being bothered to do a Noah 2 playthrough if Noah 3 doesn't come out, because I did actually finish my Noah 2 playthrough, but the game files of footage are lost because, yeah, that happened. You all know. I lost my footage, blah blah blah, and I'm trying to get it back, but it's very unlikely. And I've sort of accepted at this point that it's very unlikely to get it back. Ooh, there's a hole in the ground. I guess we can check this out first. I was going to wrap up, but I guess we can check this out. Oh, it's one of these dungeons. Ooh, can we do it? I guess we can do it. I guess we got a little bit of extra to pop in. What are you doing? Oh, it's one of these. Never mind. I'm not sure I want to do this on video because it's going to be a really obnoxious puzzle dungeon. Well, I'm already here, so I might as well. So let's quickly swap this out for the Kung Fu fighting. One of the big issues is you can't perform this on a boss. I'm trying to figure out what you're meant to use it on. Oh, I'm blind. Okay. They need to start reporting these people for putting signs where you're meant to be using your abilities. Because that is, like, just actually obnoxious. I legit despise people who do that. I legit despise people who do that kind of thing where they pretty much block your passage. I do not like this. Alright, mud clearing throws. I didn't realize I could turn the head. I'm stupid. Well, I guess I can just reset. Or I could just go dirt and use an umbrella. Yeah, I don't really care. Like right now I just want access to the umbrella. So my idea is get some elevation. And then we can just move down like this. And then we smack back up like this. I can't cancel for some reason. That was a concerning amount of jitter right there. I wonder if I can cheese grab it from here. Oh, he's spawned. I hate these kind of puzzles, they're always so janky. Okay, that makes more sense. I was being stupid about it. I guess I was actually not being stupid, I was being too smart about it when it's not that complex. Also, I'm stupid. I didn't realize you could just trigger activate. Oh, I'm really stupid apparently. Congratulations me for being a grade A dumb. Oh, this is actually a cool little puzzle. I actually really like how this is done. I was actually worried that, like, we wouldn't ever see this properly used again. Yeah, cool little dungeon. Cool, nice little dungeon. I don't think I've really seen one that interesting. Usually they're quite dull. They have interesting puzzles, but they're usually quite yeah. Oh, go away. I just realised I do not have the gear stats for this. Oh well, not my issue. You then what? I'm not a fan of jittering right there, but oh well, that was pretty fun. I found that kind of cool. Definitely one of the more interesting dungeons in the game compared to what you usually get. Not sure I would call it the best dungeon ever, but it's still pretty cool. I didn't realize we had somehow traveled all the way over to Taipang. When that was. Okay, shrug.